Bye. Bye.
When the world just don't make sense and you need a friend, grab a hand and come aboard. It's a special place called the I'm not telling you the name yet. You just have to wait, yeah. Not telling you the name yet. You just have to wait for the ducks. It's called the William Street Swap Shop. It's called the William Street Swap Shop.
That's what I'm talking about.
Three. We'll go to that.
Spring is a season of new beginnings. It's a time to reflect about the kind of life you've lived and maybe the kind of life you'd like to live in the future.
Spring is not here yet, but we're anticipating it by exchanging out our bolo ties. These are two brand new bolo ties. We thought we'd begin the show with the Re-Boloing.
For a few months, we'd like to do a little Re-Boloing. Press the reset button.
Right.
I pull Zach aside, I close my office door, and I say, hey, let's switch things up. I think it's time to get your head back in the game.
And they say you can judge a person a lot by the tips of their bolo. In the past, you've seen my tips. I've gone from what look like bullets to now I got beads. Peaceful transition. These tips are a little more shorter though. What does that mean? My attention span is longer. So now I promise I won't start talking and telling stories on the swap shop and drawing things out.
What makes the best guacamole?
And a little tip recap on my side. This was controversial. We avoided it. I didn't want to make a big deal out of it on the show because I didn't want to demoralize our audience. My old tip broke. My tip broke off. I think I mentioned it once and tried to sort of push it under the rug. New tips, intact. Write your congressman tell them, congratulate Matt in some sort of federal act. It needs to happen.
You know, Matt, a lot of people say, like, Zach, you do a lot of rhymes when you say things like, I'm a perv for the curve. Last Friday on my date with Brianna, I said I'm a goof for boof. And then this time I got another one. Read my lips. These... Well, that was sounded better in my head. Read my lips.
I'm assuming the next word's going to be tips.
Tips, yeah. Kiss my tips. That's it. Yeah. Read my lips, kiss my tips. That's what it's like in old days when people would have to kiss the royalties' feet. They'd be like, let me kiss your slipper or whatever. And Cinderella, that plot in Cinderella where she makes all the mice kiss her slippers.
Uh-huh.
You look like you're 5'0", Matt. You're the fuzz.
Should I do a thing where I'm...
You're going to place me under
This is the worst.
arrest.
This is the worst undercover cop outfit ever. It's like, instead of just a badge, I just move the badge to my bolo tie, and then I'm like, hey, you guys know where I can score some PCP?
But then in like Serpico, the Al Pacino movie, you get shot and it hits the bolo tie and it saves you.
Did that happen in Serpico?
Yeah.
It kind of does look like a police badge, doesn't it?
You're sworn in. We're here. We're swappers. We're here to protect and serve and to entertain and swap.
Yeah.
To stream and swap.
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to see your license and registration, please. You were swapping in a no-swapping zone.
That's just an official 2 pieces of topaz, correct?
Turquoise.
Turquoise.
Authentic. This was a family heirloom that was given to me on my sister's side. This is a real, actual, meaningful piece of bolo.
Oh. So it ran in the family. I just want to thank
you, Frank, and family.
I don't have the name handy, but the person who sent in this bolo tie, I Skyped with them once. I remember them. They sent in this bolo tie to us, and I couldn't be more proud to be wearing it.
Yeah. If you're out there, give us a call, person who swapped for the Saturn bolo. I forget your name too, but I remember you were cool. You called one other time.
Yeah.
We'll discuss how it feels to see your bolo snugly wrapped around Zach's sweet feminine neck.
I would imagine this is kind of like a fashion week.
Eleanor, thank you for the bolo.
Eleanor, thank you so much for the bolo. I imagine this is kind of like a fashion week, is that people do like on the New York fashion strip, where they go and they walk and they see the people wearing their outfits. This is mine. So when you see that, you're like, wow, that's a bolo tie. That's Zach. Just imagine me out walking on the street wearing it. And I have now 3 bolo ties to our collection.
You know, I noticed on your bolo tie, if you were, say you were in like some sort of picnic scenario where you had packed a bunch of sushi, but you had no place to put the wasabi.
Yeah.
You could just put it, it's like a little perfect wasabi dish.
In here?
Yeah.
But I'd have that. Oh, I see what you're saying. So I
Like
would
your
lie
second
down.
date, you just went on a date, the second date, you're like, I got you this fresh sushi, you're going to love it so much. And she's like, but where's my dang wasabi dish, Zach?
I see what you're saying. I would lie down like people do, and she could eat it off of my body.
Right. You could be one of those naked sushi
Oh, it actually says something.
plates.
I never noticed that. What does that say? The fault in our stars.
Man, I hope it's not some sort of
While the moon.
ultra right-wing political
The
statement.
sun. No. The sun beam. It says the sun beams or beam. The sun beam. While
the moon.
And then it looks like the other part got erased. So it's up to you to decide. But this is neither the sun nor the moon. This is the planet Saturn. Last I checked, it's still a planet. And this is an accurate depiction of what it actually looks like when you go, if you saw it in space. What was the saying, Matt, that people did when they talk about space? The pizza, plural, it was how all the planets, can you name all the planets in order?
Yeah, it was my
mother-
very painful mother just wrapped us 5 Christmas presents.
Okay, yeah. Fun fact, if they say Swap Shop is just an entertaining show and they're not going to learn anything, well, you just learned a little bit about science.
Hey, I love science. I love learning.
Hey, and you
I
know what?
love making friends on our internet content.
And I'm realizing we forgot to shake hands.
I know. She did. All right, we're going to jump right in. We got a guest right off the bat today, so we need to get into that.
Yeah.
You're watching the William Street Swap Shop. My name is Matt.
My name is Zach.
And it's a deal.
It's a deal. You know, I look back at old episodes and I don't think I smiled as much as I do. I was trying to hide the laughter because I was trying to be more serious.
I know we've gotten a little looser. We don't get so formal about everything. For instance, I could say the word wiener now without feeling like it's unprofessional.
Our guest is laughing though. We got to jump right into it because he's got a meeting at 1:30. So time is a wasting, as the Bob Dylan
Important
song.
guy with a lot on his Outlook calendar.
That's right.
Let's bring him out.
Come
here.
on out.
Come on out. You got a apple box there? I could kneel.
Came prepared.
It's Monday. We wanted to set up a new plot line for the swap shop.
Brand new week, new way to start the day. You guys remember Zach? He works in marketing here at Adult Swim. If you're not familiar with Zach Crane,
Hey, fellas.
and he's
How's it going?
He's not really this tall, but his seat
Tall
is a little
guy.
higher.
Tall Zach.
Hey,
How's it going?
it's going great.
We
Just
do a
because
little-
you're sitting up a little bit higher.
Back in the 3-shot here, can you do a little basketball trash talking about us? Like how hard you're going to dunk on us?
I'm going to dunk on you like some cookies into a Dunkaroo icing treat.
Nice.
Yeah, that's real great
Definitely.
trash talk, Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah, really intimidating, as people say. Even me, I'm not
Oh, you
afraid of anything.
knucklehead.
I'm shaking in my Nikes.
Zach, you're a busy guy with lots to do, lots of things on your plate, but
Yeah.
there's one event in your life that we're both real kind of looking forward to.
Yeah, real amped.
And you want to tell us about that again?
Well, months and months ago, I got an email
Uh-huh.
from Live Nation saying that Jerry Seinfeld, one of the all-time great comedians, is coming to Atlanta to perform in April.
Uh-huh.
So I bought 2 tickets, not knowing who I would bring
Right.
to Jerry Seinfeld.
You can see the
5
QR
months in
code right
advance.
here.
That's right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
printed
scan
out
that.
Brought
ticket.
a real. Now you've
This is the real
modified the
ticket.
QR code so that no one can actually steal this from.
That's right.
Look at Zach, the seat number.
Now I know our
The
viewers
row,
are very frugal,
orchestrate
and
level.
often they're trying to get free tickets to things. So I did have to edit the QR code a bit.
Nice.
But that's where I'll be
This
sitting.
is find Zach sitting at seat 69. A lot of people joke about that number, think it's funny, but it's just a number to me.
That's what I'm talking about.
And you're in the orchestra pit? How did you got some nice tickets there?
That's right. I bought them very, very early. Like I said, 5 months in advance.
Nice.
Wow. And I remember having you on last 5 months. For people who are watching the show and are familiar with that, we had you on 5 months ago.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe not 5, but
Maybe
about
not
2
5.
months ago.
yes. But, when someone like Jerry Seinfeld comes to town, you really got to
It's an event.
pounce on
It's
it.
an event. People make it a big deal.
That's right.
And we're hoping maybe you have decided who to bring.
Which of the
Well,
two of us you'd like?
I'm like
still
my old
thinking
Cocker
about it.
Spaniel when I'm feeding him a treat and he's looking around out of the corner of his eye like, are you going to feed me more? And that's what he sits and he looks out the window like, I don't want to be pet right now. But then I'm like, do you want to feed me more? Give me that Seinfeld ticket.
Well, both of you guys have given great arguments
Mm-hmm.
about who's going to go to the Seinfeld show with me. I
Uh-huh.
haven't decided yet.
Okay.
Still undecided?
Still undecided.
Okay. Originally,
I-
we were talking about bringing
I'm
Matt's
sort
wife.
of leaning in one direction,
Okay.
but I don't want to say right now.
For one, I would just like to say I don't think it's totally fair because Zach is a younger guy. He gets to hang out with you more like bro style out at the bars on the weekends
Yeah,
while I'm, sort of taking care of my older man duties.
right.
But I don't want my inability to be getting housed at 2 a.m. at the Loco Luna bar
right.
doesn't mean I'm any less dedicated to wanting to go to see Seinfeld.
Yeah,
with
I
you.
understand. I don't want to leave you out, Matt. I want you to be right there with us, getting
Okay.
housed at Loca Luna.
Well, me, Zach, I think I have something that I would like to show you that it's just self-explanatory. Ever since you came on the show and you said, I want to we want to get this ticket and I'm giving it away, I thought, wow, I'm going to pour in a lot of time and energy into an idea. And we brought him on. He came on the show. He's visited us before. His name is Seintaur. Jerry Seinfeld is a Centaur.
That's right.
And then we thought, well, what better way if I actually made, the reason I want you to bring me is if I made this film and I pitched it to Jerry Seinfeld. And we had a pitch session real quick. Maybe, I don't know, maybe once we get in, I can use my Cartoon Network badge and be like, hey, can I talk to Jerry? Bring an iPad. I have this little film trailer I made. I would love to play it and see if he'd be interested in making it. We could make it like an 80-minute feature. It'd be just as funny, if not funnier than B-Movie. Move over B-Movie to Seintaur. And then maybe it would spawn B-Movie 2. We'll see. It's just baby steps, but I would love to use this opportunity to go to see Jerry to actually get this in front of his face, and we put together a trailer that I'd like to show.
That sounds like you're putting a lot of pressure on this event. I don't know if that would be stressful for
Zach,
both of us.
let's just roll the trailer.
Okay. All right. Let's take a look.
You know, I was thinking, what if I made a clone that smelled like nothing?
That would just be like water, Jerry.
Larry! Water has a smell!
Water doesn't smell like anything.
It smells! Yeah, it does! It smells! Water smells!
I'm gonna be late. Why can't I get a cab in the city? Can you give me a lift? Where's your cab?
I'm a Seintaur. If I had a car, it'd be a Taurus. Where are you going?
59th and Broadway.
Hop on!
Where are you going? You missed a turn.
What if I make an app where I give people rides?
An app? What, like an appetizer? You gonna open a restaurant, Jerry?
They're apps, Larry. Everyone's using them. Everyone. People love apps. People can use their phones. Call me in the app. I'll come pick them up. Take them to where they need to go. And we'll avoid all the crazy traffic. I'll call it Trotter.
A trotter?
It's Trotter. The new app I'm making.
Trotter? That's the name of the app?
Trotter. That's the name of the app. You could be one of my trotters, Larry.
So what do? I just show up when they call me?
Here, you gotta take your phone off vibrate.
No, you know I'm a vibrate guy and not a ring guy. I'm a vibrate guy. I don't like to ring.
It's simple. You'll be called in the app with the sound of a neigh.
Neigh? Jerry, what do you mean, neigh?
It won't ring, it will neigh.
A neigh, Jerry?
The engineers will make it neigh like a horse. Neigh! Neigh! You don't pay me cash. You pay me in digital carrots. Buy some with your credit card in the app store, and then take your card and enter the number and buy the digital carrots, and then you feed them to me.
Oh, it's not working.
You have to click on the carrots to select and drop them in my mouth. If I did a really good
It's not
job,
working.
you feed me apples. 5 out of 5 stars. Feed me a golden delicious apple, please.
But I don't see any in the app.
No, feed me apples in real life. I know a great orchard if you'd ever like to go sometime.
So what do you think, Zach?
Wow. That was incredible.
So you're going to take me to see Seinfeld? You think he would watch it and he'd have the attention span to watch it the full time?
I mean, you're making a great argument for yourself.
Right.
I can't say definitively that I'll take you, but that definitely helps your case.
Okay. Great.
Great. Good.
Fantastic. You know,
All
Matt,
right.
yeah, as Matt said, he has his older man duties. And
Yeah.
me, I had time
Matt's
to make
definitely
that.
holding the guilt card.
I'm just going to throw this at you, Zach.
Okay.
If you want to spend your night chasing down Jerry Seinfeld's people to show them a demo thing on an iPad, that's cool. That may be the way you want to spend your night.
Right.
I think his time is a little more valuable than that. And I think, that you and I could go hit some tapas places, maybe 4 different tapas places
Now you're
beforehand.
talking my language.
And I think, my treat. I'll get you 1 tapas at 4 tapas places, which would equal like a whole meal.
Wow.
Like I'm just saying, tapas, you'll forget it by the end of the night. You'll go to the bathroom, you'll be done. Your memory of that will go just as quick as your digestion of that. But if you're what to digest is this trailer showing it to Jerry, that would be a life. What if he looks up at us?
The other thing is that
This is good.
I'm almost as tall as you. And Zach's a lot shorter than
That's
the 2
true.
of us.
Alice told me today before I came in to do the show, she said, because now that Zach, she said, if you got a raise, you should tell everybody and start wearing a suit and look like you have more money than Matt. Because I'm single and I don't have to pay any big bills or anything.
Right.
And I was like, Alice, I don't know if that's a great idea. I don't want to make Matt jealous.
Well, you got to dress for the job you want, Zach.
That's right. That's why I'm changing it. We changed out our bolo ties.
That one seems a bit loose on
I know
you.
it keeps untying. It's not staying cinched.
Did you
We have
lose
to
your
do a little
top button
metal
on your
work on
shirt?
that one.
No,
No.
I can button it, but we don't like to do that. We like to keep it a little.
Keep
Should I do
loose.
it?
Well, maybe 2017 is the year of being loose.
If it just restricts my throat.
Zach, I want to say, in all honesty, I was just for the sake of getting to go see Jerry live, I said some disparaging things, but that was a really outstanding video you
Oh,
made.
thank you.
It was quite funny.
Thank
And I
you.
think Seintaur has got some legs in the showbiz world.
Thank you. I was thinking if this doesn't work out, I'm 100% serious. I'm going to launch a Indiegogo or Kickstarter. I don't want any money from anybody. All I want is just people to say, make this. And
Make
I'll
the
actually make it
thing.
a 60-minute trailer or a 60-minute feature film.
Yeah.
Characters, all your favorite characters. It'll be a script. It'll be written. It'll be funny.
I loved Larry David's voice too.
Yeah. You know who did that?
I'm hoping Larry David himself.
We called Larry
Yeah.
up.
That's
Nice.
He was like, he called and he said he had a connecting flight in Atlanta on his way to go to New York Saturday Night Live to
Yeah.
meet Bernie Sanders. And he's like, I can stick around for 10 minutes and do a voice real quick. I was
Huh.
like, thank you so much, Larry.
Wow.
So if you're in with
Thrilling.
him, seems like that'd be a good way to get to Jerry and
Yeah.
Yeah, but
backstage.
Larry's like, I don't want to. He didn't want to have to do anything to do with the process.
Can I ask? I don't know if we can go back and park it on a frame, but I was just really impressed with how you solved the issue of a half man, half horse sitting in a restaurant booth. Could
I don't even remember how I
Peter,
actually
can
made
we
it.
load up them in the restaurant scene there?
That's the
Little bit
diner.
of-
That's the famous diner that they always eat at.
Yeah, the diner in New York
Yeah.
they always go to. And you'd think with the horse it'd be hard to pull that off.
They
But,
just slouch.
you've-
They lean. It's like when you're.
It's like the horse body's on the lengthwise, like it's sleeping, and then the human body's turned sideways.
Well, they're
Yeah.
actually sitting under. They actually remove the parts where they're sitting. He's actually just pushed the table out and he's standing. They are very healthy. Look, he's eating a salad. It's a sitting.
Let's go to the reverse of
juice.
Jerry was even better, I think. If we can scrub that backwards there.
Listening to the F Trotter.
Oh yeah, there we go.
So he's just kind of hanging, dangling out. Yeah. But Jerry's not eating so healthy. Look, he's eating a taco, a hot dog, and a pepperoni pizza.
And Larry David's kind of ripped in this iteration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look how thick his neck is.
he's a centaur. He works out.
Yeah. His neck specifically.
And then just one thing, not to be noting you to death, but
It's fine.
Jerry
Notes for the
Sein-
future. I'll figure out.
Jerry Seinfeld's clearly his name lends itself to Seintaur, but then what is the creature that's Larry David? Is that like a Larry David tar?
Yeah. They're the two. In the process of this, when I was thinking, they're both centaurs. And I'd already drawn Larry David as a centaur, and I didn't want to redraw him on feet with regular human legs. So I was like, he'd be a centaur, and then everybody else is human. But since they both made Seinfeld together, I figured he needed a friend. He needed someone else to be a driver, a trotter for his company.
I just want to point out the chat both point out that he's ripped, and then they said Larry David tar. I think I scooped them by a second, or it's groupthink. We're all synergy.
So well, we can make this we can change it. We could make Larry David. I could go back and make him have like regular feet, legs.
What's another mythical creature that goes along with Larry more? Like
That's for the chat to decide, or anybody who's helping on the show right now. Who do you guys think? What are the Larry Squatch, like
there's the
Sasquatch?
lion. What's the lion eagle one?
A phoenix?
Is it a phoenix?
I
That's a
think so.
lion.
I don't know.
We'll have to look it up. What's that? What are the other ones? A griffin.
Griffin, yeah.
Larry,
Yeah.
Larry Griffin. We could just call him Larry Griffin
Sure.
or Griffin David. But I already made his horse. Maybe I don't know. In B movie, Jerry
Or
Seinfeld was
recast
a
it
B
with
and everybody
Andy-
else was a B.
Andy Griffith, then it could be Andy Griffin.
Oh yeah. How does Andy Griffith talk? Could you do his voice for the?
He's like a southern, I just don't know about that, Zach.
Okay.
So now it'll be
There we go.
Andy Griffin.
Okay.
Griffin.
Well,
Griffith.
I already put a lot of hard work into making. I already have the animation assets of Larry David, so
Okay.
Okay.
it's just one of nature's unexplained mysteries. Why is he a centaur? People will be asking that in message boards from years to come on IMDb, and they'll be like, I get Jerry, why Larry? Like, I shouldn't even have said anything. It's up to your imagination. Is Jerry actually Larry's stepdad?
Oh.
Even though Larry looks older than him.
We're about to lose Zach, so we should get
Oh
to
yeah.
this.
Okay. Zach has a call.
We may not even have time here, but
we can always return to this another time.
Zach is our go-to guy for get 'em on gas TV. You've looked into some of the price deals to get us, as you know, like, do we have that screenshot? We're trying to get the Swap Shop in some way or another on gas TV. It's the only station Zach's dad watches, and he wants him to be proud of him.
Yeah.
So guys, I'm here to tell you that we have access to 208 markets
Okay.
for gas station TV. That's a whole lot of markets.
Okay.
Okay.
You got some of the largest ones in the country here. You could reach millions of people. Or alternatively,
Can we show the prices
hundreds
on
of
our
people.
camera to just show?
Is
Inside
that-
info. We
is
can't.
that
We're probably
inside
not allowed to
info?
show it.
Let's leave some mystery there.
Let's
I
leave
think.
some mystery, yeah.
But you know what? Here's why. We're trying to shift the game. We want to talk to the gas TV people and say, we don't want to just like buy a spot. We want to do like a 10-minute block of programming.
Like a partnership.
A
Yeah.
partnership at like
Right.
1 a.m.
Special content that you can't see. People who are big
Or
fans
whatever.
of the show can't see it here. You can't
Right.
see it online. You can only see it if you drive to the gas station on the corner in Des Moines,
Right.
right next by the Phillips 66.
You're going to unlock the exclusive gas TV content,
Right.
Swap
Right.
Shop content.
Right.
Right.
I mean, what you have here is the pay-to-play model.
Right.
What we need to be doing is inking a deal with the gas TV people to provide
Yes.
top quality content for their gas stations.
Zach, and I'm going to put this
And-
in your hands, and can I, let's just say, make this happen by next Monday.
I will try my
I
hardest.
knew you would be on the same page as us here.
Yes.
It's a win-win. The gas stations get great content. The consumers pumping gas get a little lightened up moment while
Yeah.
they deal with one of life's drudgeries. Zach and I get buku cash.
That's right. Hey, don't pay me in cash. Just pay me in Skittles, is what I'll say. And they'll be like, "Are you serious?" Like, no, pay me. I'm kidding. But you could throw in a few Skittles in a gift bag or something.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
then Adult Swim, whatever gets exposure at gas stations or whatever.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let me go back to the buku cash part.
Well,
I
guys,
haven't heard that term thrown around in a
Yeah.
while.
I've got my marching orders. I think I know what I need to do. So
right.
I'll be checking in with you later. But for now, I gotta run.
Oh,
All right.
Well, thank you so
Is
much,
that
Zach.
your new catchphrase? You almost said that like it's.
Gotta run.
All right.
Thank you, Zach.
Thank
Take
you
the
for-
Apple box with you, too.
Yeah, taking some time out of your day there.
I think I heard some. It sounded very faint, but it sounded like someone maybe called in.
Is that
Was
right?
that right? No.
No,
Maybe I'm
no.
just hearing things in my head, I guess.
You guys want to call in if you're Eleanor? You want to tell us the reaction of how it felt to see Zach Re-Boloing himself? Does that work?
Yeah. But I
Like
don't know. If,
betrothed, Re-Bolo?
but I don't know if it's gonna how to keep it up. I got to use a paper clip or something to keep it in because it keeps sliding down.
Uh-huh.
This is kind of my slacker bolo tie. This is like when you've had a long weekend at the office, you pull it all the way down like a lawyer.
Yeah.
Oh, what a rough day. Back to work.
And then what do you say?
And then a little bit down. So you want to go grab some drinks at Front Page News? They got a great French sandwich.
That's where I'll be after work. Just heading straight over to Front Page News. Gonna talk it over with a few of my business associates. I'll see you at Front Page at 5.
Oh, see you there.
Hella wicked.
Zach, you're a creative guy. Why don't you take the show from here?
Okay. Matt, on Friday you told me we need to have a meeting before I come in sometimes and talk about ideas. And then now
Uh-huh.
you're trusting me to take the show. I have a lot of ideas.
Try it.
My brain. One time someone said, Zach, when I was in high school, they said I'd love to get high with you and find out what you think about when you're on drugs. This is true. But at the time I didn't do drugs. I don't do drugs now, and at the time I wasn't. And I was like, nah, I don't want to. Sometimes I'm afraid my brain is too scary, too dark. So I was like, I have to stay sober. But it's like we could always have a slush at Sonic. The watermelon slush is pretty good there if you like it.
I know something we can address. It just came up on
Yeah.
the chat. Unless you wanted to continue that.
I can keep going.
Okay.
I got a few minutes. Well, I mean, Wednesdays are kind of the day where I kind of have
True.
energy. But it's nice to be next to you because I like to gauge your reaction. If I can
Yeah.
make Matt laugh, and this is a true in real life. If I can make Matt laugh, it's like I feel like I pat myself on the back.
Well, that's a nice thing for you to say. Sometimes I just laugh because I feel bad for you, but
Good. At least you're honest.
No, you always make me laugh. I always
Thank
enjoy our time together.
What are the 3 lights in Zach's eyes? That's what the conspiracy theorists will be saying on the internet tonight.
It's Kyle. There's only
Oh, that's right.
2 in Zach's eye.
Zach is
3.
dead. Forget about Zach. This is Kyle speaking now. I'm gonna do a better job than Zach did or ever will do.
Now while we got this music, there was some chatter online I just saw about the conspiracy theory after the end of last week's show, where we shockingly revealed that Brianna was actually Tanner the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Now people are throwing around some theories that you fornicated with Tanner.
Just let the music answer this question.
It's not something you need to address today or any day. I think it's an unfair question. But it's a fair question.
I don't kiss and tell. I don't kiss and tell. But I'm a pretty good kisser. It's true. My first serious girlfriend told me, she said, you're not very good at making out, are you? I'm a perv. But I said, just give me some time and practice and I'll be really good.
Is this too probably too long of a hashtag, but
Yeah.
did Zach fornicate? Hashtag did Zach fornicate with Tanner?
Put it on Twitter and I'll answer you the tweet if you actually tweet it.
Probably is going to eclipse the Oscars by
Right.
later today.
By 200,000 tweets.
You know, this is a little Atlanta story. Personal, true Atlanta story.
Yeah.
I can tell this about. I had a house in a little small neighborhood in the west side of Atlanta.
Okay.
And my neighbor was kind of always up in my business. She'd been in the neighborhood for 50 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Grew up there.
Did you have parties and she was telling you, like, keep the music down?
Yeah. Well, yeah. She got into our
okay.
business a lot.
Yeah.
And
were you single then, or were you?
I was single.
Okay.
Yeah. I had my girlfriend was coming over.
Yeah.
And she said, "Oh, so you guys are married?" I said, "No, we're not married." She goes, "Oh, so you're fornicators?" And I said, "No, she doesn't live over here. She has her own apartment." And my old neighbor said, "Oh, so she drives over here to fornicate."
Wow. This is true?
Yeah. And I said, I don't really know what that word means.
In my creative juices that I'm thinking about, that would be a really funny show, I think, if you pitched that, The Fornicators, and it was you and your girlfriend living in the West Side. Young Matt, who would play? We could get Adam to play you as the young version of yourself.
Yeah.
The Fornicators. And
Right. I mean, maybe somebody can call us and tell us what that means. I think it means something specifically, you're not married.
Yeah. Well, our friend of the show, Anthony Kiedis, who is with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, he had a song called Californication. So he's the one who would know about it. So maybe we could talk to Anthony Kiedis and see what he would have to say.
If she's out there, I forgive you, Sarah, for making things awkward between me and my then girlfriend. Yeah, let's play some Seinfeld music.
I don't know. Is this Seinfeld or is this Anthony Kiedis?
Oh, that's Anthony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the Kiedis. I read his book.
Yeah.
I thought he was coming in.
Maybe it's time to look at some swap shop items.
Yeah. We're going to look at some items now, if that's all right.
Monday. It's a tight show.
We got some items we got to look at. What fly? Oh, here's another swap. No, Fly Guy is actually
a woman,
not a guy. She's a woman,
an empowered and intelligent woman.
Yeah, so she's created, which I'm assuming there's some homemade jams here. You can tell this is the same photo here. It doesn't take. You don't have to work in the CIA to understand she took this on the same table. As you can see, the wooden ingrained table in the background.
Can you give me an example of something I would have to work in the CIA to know?
Yeah, I think if you would have to if this were a photo, I think you'd have to like zoom in on the crevices in between the wood and find out what kind of dust that is. Like, is that sand?
So you're saying
or is that caulk? And then you'd have to figure out if the caulk came from like Michigan or what region of the and then I think you would be in the CIA.
But now it sounds like you're saying I do need to be in the CIA to know if that's the same wood.
Well, to know if you needed to track out what location this is.
If
you don't need to be in the CIA to know this is the same person. You do need to be in the CIA if you want to find out where they live.
Prove it in a court of law. Okay, got it.
But we don't want to find out where Fly Guy lives. We just want to swap for the item.
Fly Guy, can you send us a link to SoundCloud or something so we could play this I feel like we should have someone know what this is. Is this a CD by someone that we don't know, like Arctic Monkeys or something?
Could be. I like the illustration on the front. I think this is her music because it just says Fly Guy's music. But she's called an Incorrectus in the past, so maybe she'll call an Incorrectus this afternoon. We're here for 23 more minutes for Fly Guy, so you just give us a call whenever you feel like it. 413-961-4263. We have operators standing by.
We didn't really have any calling interactive things planned today, so here's what we're going to do.
We do kind of, actually, right?
Oh, do we later? Oh, that's
Maybe.
right. Oh, yeah, we have to do that.
A little bit. I don't know if that will. Yeah.
I meant to do some research before that. Will you talk for a sec?
Yeah. Well, this is a nice illustration. Scribble, it's got a lot of scribbles. I imagine it was probably when they colored it in, if they used paint, Photoshop, or actual real paint. You can use a variety of programs. Unless she didn't design the record. You know, it's a cool record, but let's talk about something we all can agree on. Something else, maybe. Over the weekend, I had a pretty good time. What was I doing on Saturday?
Okay.
Saturday, yeah. I saw a lot of music. I saw a lot of shows, a lot of talented folks.
I wanted to go out there on Saturday.
You missed it. I went to
Mason's.
I saw Mason's band, and then I saw Ginny's band, Oni, who played on the Swap Shop last Wednesday. They burned a Russian doll and spoke Russian as they were burning it in the fire in the backyard at a suburban house in Georgia.
So it was at the suburban house.
Yeah.
I
thought it was in somewhere else, but it was I didn't see anyone from the chat, so I guess you guys didn't make it, but it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you know someone from the chat without having seen their face?
I feel like they would have came and talked, like, hey, I'm from the chat, Zach.
Yeah.
I was going to burn. I wanted to bring some old love letters that I had that I was going to burn, but I forgot them.
Wow, so they had like a real purging ceremony with a fire?
Yeah.
Is that what they do in Russia?
Yeah, when the winter ends, the transition into spring, you burn everything.
Oh.
Scorched earth policy, as they say.
Let's see what's coming up next on the swap item list here. Oh, would you look at that? It's a meat wad. Almost like a beach. I don't remember this item.
No.
Maybe this was a one-off on Etsy or something.
Yeah.
It's a meat wad, not quite a bean bag, but more like a bean-filled ball.
It almost looks just an inflatable. It just has air inside of there.
Mitch, if you're watching, you want to tell us the construction and maybe just ask Zach how he's doing.
You could inflate this with helium, and instead of mailing it to someone, you could just let it go, and like a pigeon, and it would arrive at their destination. Meatwad, everyone's favorite character. Talking meat, great commentary on today's social issues on that show. If you go back and watch it, just a real classic comedy show brought to you by our own network. Great network we work for. We're doing a lot of great work to try and bring up ad sales revenue and increase the profits. I actually, Matt, was thinking when we go to San Diego, we're having a meeting about it, I think, this week, right? So it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's official. Some days I don't even think I deserve to even be in this room. Like, someone else should be doing this show. But then when I was thinking about San Diego, I thought, we should, and this only makes me think because Alice, she went and ate at Boca Lupo, which is a fancy Italian restaurant in Atlanta, expensed it. Then she's going to Austin, Texas for South by Southwest. That's getting expensed. So I was thinking, you know what? I want to get sunglasses when we go, and I want to get them prescription so I can wear sunglasses with my glasses inside of it. And I was looking at some Armani sunglasses for $300. And I was thinking that might be a good idea to wear walking around outside the sunny beaches in San Diego.
I'm talking shiny.
Wow, I was just ready to go.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea and warranted.
Yeah.
Your vision is very important to the show and to the network.
Right. Not just my real vision, but my actual vision for the show.
I wear them in the shower.
We have a little segment on this show when people write to us at williams.swap@gmail.com. We like to incorporate that into the show.
Yeah.
And it's a little segment we call it Getting Inboxed. Oh,
Oh.
here comes someone inside the shop.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, it's Krista and Nolan. We're calling from Cancun.
Oh,
wow,
my
hey.
gosh. Yeah, I was just talking about you this morning.
Yeah. How's Cancun?
Oh, what were you saying?
I was telling Zach about I'm fascinated by Nolan's Facebook post about the Google amount of RH-479s that it only took 9 quintillion before a confrontation happened.
Yeah, the SHA-1 encryption collision.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
It's without going too far into it. It's basically a hashing algorithm used for security, but it took 9 quintillion times before ever you got the same characters equal the same thing.
Oh, damn. And what are the ramifications for Zach and I of this?
I mean, probably not too big of a deal, but basically just confirms that the NSA is listening to everything.
Oh, nice. Wow, that's kind of a leap. It just, how does the NSA become involved?
Well, they're probably the only organization that has the resources to execute an attack on that scale, other than, like, foreign governments.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it time to convert my money into gold?
Bitcoin, man.
Bitcoin?
That's what we've been preaching on Swap Shop.
All right.
So how is the weather down in Cancun? Are you are you guys celebrating an engagement?
Yeah.
If I had a nickel for every time someone asked that, I'd have like 45 cents.
Nice.
But Nolan, I just want to say, you don't have to be the one to ask. Krista, you could ask as well. And if you want, Matt, if you want to recruit Matt or I to help you enroll you in a romantic gesture, we can. We could probably accomplish that.
We could do it in Spanish to some flamenco music.
Yeah.
Although that's not very Mexican.
¿Dónde están los gatos? That's what I've been asking all the people here, but they get really confused.
You're asking where the cats are?
Yeah.
Huh, see, I speak a little bit of Spanish.
I got horribly sunburned yesterday, and so now I'm just hanging out in a cabana smoking a Cuban cigar and...
Oh, wow, that sounds great.
Could we do some ranchero music?
Maybe we could swap out. You could swap out my position, and I would go to Cancun.
I would do that. I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Hang out with Zach instead of me?
All
Well,
right, yeah.
I didn't mean it for that. Well,
Wait, we should do... I take it back. We should do like a, a mariachi band.
Yeah.
And then I'll sing in Spanish to them.
Okay.
Like a love song.
Okay.
Just for a
Do I have to
quick
do
sec.
anything?
Maybe. Do you know any Spanish?
Yeah.
So we'll just do a mariachi band.
I'll say Nolan and Krista. But I don't know how to say will you marry Nolan.
It's like romantic. Here we go.
Oh.
Gift of love. Let me think about it real quick.
Yeah. What's the word find? Search?
This song's too short. Let me just find another one real quick. Okay.
Getting close to the 12-hole.
Don't fear it. It's going to be intimate, but it's going to be the right kind of intimate. No, the tempo's too fast on them.
Nolan and Krista. ¿Quién eres encantana?
That's not romantic enough. No, not the right mood either. I tell you what, we're just going to say, hope you guys are having a great time up there.
We're having a great time.
Great.
Sorry, I didn't mean to spring that question. I know people ask that a lot about things when they're like,
You
you know,
just said,
when are you going to get married?
No, you
Zach?"
just said, are you having an anniversary out there?
I thought are you celebrating an engagement?
Oh.
People always say to me,
Yeah, that was awkward.
Zach, you're 29. When are you going to get hitched?
Anna?
And I say, I got an itch to get hitched, but I haven't met the right one yet.
Zach?
Yeah.
Yeah. We still got you.
Brianna.
Oh, Brianna, yeah. As you saw the ending, she killed Tanner, was Brianna, and Tanner killed Zach. I'm going to just quit right now. Dispel any internet rumors that Zach's still alive. He's dead. I'm like the creator of Game of Thrones, like, did Jon Snow, what happened to him? This is the truth.
You want to go ahead and, since he's dead, you can go ahead and throw him under the bus and say, yes, he definitely fornicated with Tanner.
Well, I wanted to kind of keep some of his integrity, but yeah, Zach fornicated with Tanner. Today's show is a lot about fornication. Tanner fornication. That doesn't have the same ring as Californication.
What I'm talking about.
Are you guys are you guys disappointed that Zach's dead now and Kyle's taken over and assumed his identity?
I think Kyle's a little bit more talented, though.
What do you think about the job Kyle's doing?
I mean, see, the thing is, I'm kind of sad that Zach's dead because you know how, like, a couple ever meet Angelina Jolie later, or like Nolan would be like, sorry, Krista, but Zach White was my celebrity crush, so he's dead.
Oh.
Poor guy. Never got to know that.
Tough is what I say. Goodbye, Zach. Hello, Kyle. But that's great that I am his twin brother, though. So, like, I guess you liked him more for his like characteristics.
Dead, so.
Yeah.
Well, you got a big set of shoes to fill here, Kyle. But I know you're going to do a great job this week and for the rest of your career.
Yeah. Do
my
best.
Chapstick? Not me. I don't use it.
Guys, well, thank you so much.
Thank you. And I want to dig in a little deeper about the quintillion hash thing.
Yeah. We'll have it.
Can we have like a special where we talk about that? Like a whole hour?
Next week.
Deeper dive?
When you get back from Cancun.
Yeah. We can get into that.
All right. Well, thanks for calling. We got it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, shit.
Have a great time in Cancun. I wish I could be there with you. Send us a postcard. Someone said they liked the 11 hole on Friday. They liked the 11 hole better
than the 12 hole.
So maybe we'll just go up until 11. And
do we still have the 11 hole? We could
think
play
it's somewhere
it
in there if we could find it. Yeah, we'll stall.
Computer, try to load up the 11 hole. That was.
I love that animation. That's better than anything I've ever done.
We got about 50 seconds till it's relevant, so it'll time out well.
Yeah. There we go. So we'll load it up.
While we do that, we're going to talk about here's what's happening on today's 12 hole. You guys are great viewers. We want to reward your repeat viewership by showing you a few successful swaps. They've been coming down the pike, and we haven't gotten to them.
We've been kind of closing up, talking about other things last week. The mini-series took a little bit of time away from the swaps, so we're getting into looking at the successful swaps and looking at the 12 hole.
Okay.
I woke up on Saturday, Sunday morning, my eyes were red. Had a late night, staying up late.
The computer's
glitching,
letting us know.
Oh,
we got the 11 hole. Is that a possibility? Computer's mumbling.
11 hole. That's the cue I would usually. Yeah. You know when people say that in class when they walk by you and go, nerd to me. I say I heard you say nerd when I walked by.
That's all right. We'll bring back the 11 hole tomorrow.
Okay.
We know you guys like it. We know you want to see it again, and we liked it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So for now, we'll do the 10 hole.
Okay.
Which is running through the last 3 successful swaps we just had.
I think we have we have 2 of these. One of them we didn't get time to make.
The first one it's a little bit of poster swap. We got the Cat Soup's Fan of the Opera poster was successfully swapped for Crate Digger's Fern Gully poster. Just like the Oscars, these are 2 movies that were neck and neck for Best of Picture a couple years ago. They accidentally announced Fern Gully had won Best Picture, and it turned out it was Phantom of the Opera. So there's a little bit of history to these 2 movies.
Well, that's fascinating. I think that's. I was waiting. I was like, wait, what else happens? Because I made that one a while back.
Yeah.
That was modeled after a computer lab.
At a college.
Yeah, they were making a deal on their computer lab.
I noticed that a unusually high percentage of successful swappers have tribal hats.
Yeah. They're fun to draw. So what happened was I made that one so long ago that I made 2 successful swaps today.
Uh-huh.
And I remade that one. So maybe we can celebrate that one, and I'll make a whole brand new one for the third one, because there's a third one, and I thought I had goofed, and it's my fault, and I'm really sorry. I'm Kyle, and it's my second day doing on the job, and I've already dropped the
Kyle.
dang ball.
Let's watch the remade second version of the same one.
Yeah. And then
They're hard
chat,
to make.
let us
That's
know.
not- yeah,
let us know in
not
chat. Yeah, that takes a lot of time. Let us know in chat what you think is your favorite. Or don't let us know.
So, yeah, let's go ahead and roll that second successful swap. Or wait, no, this is...
Never going down, standing tall, my back against the wall. Whoa, whoa, I'm never going down.
Whoa. What even was that? A Lon Chaney poster?
Yeah, that was the Phantom of the Opera. His name is, it was the original Phantom.
Oh.
So that was the second, the Redux. And then there's the other one that I made.
Okay, so you made that first one twice.
I did.
Now I
Because
get
that was
it.
from
Okay.
like 2.5. We've been, fun fact, we sometimes get talking so much that we run out of time to show everything
So
we
you
wanted.
did more work. You actually created.
I actually did
Okay.
more work, yeah.
I apologize.
See, we're not talking about swaps. We got to get back to that successful swap. It's the 12 hole we promise we'll get you. Show your swaps. This next one.
So that was the Phantom of the Opera poster for the
Cat
Ferngully
Soup's Phantom of the Opera for Crate
We're
Digger.
up to like 100 and something successful swaps.
Oh yeah,
and
over.
We
We've
wanna
exceeded
just
it.
Thank the community for making that happen. Or
Yeah,
something.
seriously, thank you so much. It's really great. Every time someone makes a deal, and I hope that you're following through on this, we don't really get a lot of emails anymore of like, hey, I received my Ferngully poster, but feel free to send them of you using the poster, or if you got a new pair of shoes or something. We look forward to seeing that. We like seeing it. We like knowing the hard work is paying off. This next one.
And on that note, yeah, let's go ahead and look at the next one. This is maybe we'll just let the swap speak for itself.
And we'll talk about it afterwards. Fun fact, that was Disturbed, that band Disturbed, that was their new album. They're partnering with Skrillex.
Nice. I didn't think those two guys knew each other.
Disturbex.
It's just the sound
Or
we need.
Skrilled.
It's I think that there's some ad executives who tuned in when they heard that sound. What you're telling me? It's dubstep, but it's also heavy metal.
Right.
Yeah,
Wow.
we would love to partner with you guys on that.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
So that swap was Jazz Ambassadors Records,
right,
for Crate Digger's Bill and Ted's
which is,
poster.
as you mentioned, Crate Digger is a silent swapper. We don't see much. At least we don't see them in the chat, whether they are in the chat or if they're just watching the show comfortably and they're just swapping. That's fine. That's okay. I don't know if we've chatted with Crate Digger before either, or who the person is, but
He's secretly
this is the
or
second
she
successful
has made several swaps over the last few months. At
Yeah.
least 3 I can think of, maybe 4.
And we're talking about bringing back the swap
Maybe 5.
leaderboard, where if you collect enough swap medallions, you get a medallion for every swap. And I think I'm still going to fulfill this promise. You get a Tesla.
Okay. We should get back.
We need to bring that back. The 12
We'll
volt.
pull up the leaderboard again soon. It's only been
Yeah.
a few months.
Yeah. It's been longer. I think it's probably been a year since we actually looked at it. But we need to grow and build things, and that's as me as Kyle, that's our new mantra for 2017 and for new seasons of the William Street Swap Shop.
All All right, I think we got time to roll our last successful swap. This also just
I don't
came.
think this one was this. I didn't see this. That's the part I messed up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you remade one, but then
Right. I thought I didn't
make.
think. Yeah, I got to the third one. Like, oh shoot, I didn't know we had 3. But then I realized by the time I got to the third one, no, I remade the first one.
Okay.
You could re-roll the first one and pretend that's the other one.
No, we'll just have an extra one to show tomorrow.
Okay.
If you guys are tuning in for the first time today, it's normally not much better than this, but a little bit.
Because of that?
Just
come on.
We've done a lot of. I blame myself. We've done a lot of trailing off.
Yeah, we have trailed off a little bit. We got 2 minutes left, though. I think we have a potential swap.
Should we get into that?
Yeah. It's
All
about
right.
the last 12 holes is about swapping.
Let's get at least one of them for a cliffhanger for tomorrow. Will this swap happen? We'll see. It's another exciting part of the show we call potential swap.
Yeah.
And here's what we got. We got an offer. Now this is Visk's action figures and Cat in the Hat thing for the Link and Mario rubbery action figure thing.
Pencil erasers being
Didn't
swapped
those
by
get
Kaitu.
swapped though? Did the Link and Mario not go?
I don't think so.
They didn't? Okay.
I think this is a behind-the-scenes swap, a closed-door swap. I think they're talking about it in the chat. We kind of missed it. So we got to find out if it was confirmed, if it was official.
Okay. And who had the Link and Mario thing?
Kaitu.
Kaitu, okay. So Kaitu, you got to let us know before tomorrow or sometime this week. Will you accept the swap and make our existence meaningful, or will you deny it and confirm that we're irrelevant to society?
Well, we've talked before about the economy and capitalism and items and money. And when it comes down to it, when you can just trade a nice item with another person who has a like-minded interest in you, because chances are they enjoyed that Mario figure, now it's your turn to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really making the world go around and stay positive.
Yeah, and less disposable, less in our landfills.
Right.
Less money to have to, waste and spend, and then, having to crank your life out in an office because you got to make that money for the new thing. You swap it, nothing gets thrown away.
Better. Yeah.
You get something
the
better.
swap-based economy is coming.
You can't lose if you like to swap, and you can't lose if you like to watch the William Street Swap Shop. This is going to be a little tag that we'll use for future just ad sales things. It's a great show. It's an online streaming show. We're here Monday through Friday every day at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We answer your calls, and we just really we love being here.
And it's been great spending another Monday with you. We're going to get our week started. I'm about to go eat the hot bar over at the hot bar place.
Cool.
Going to be a neat Monday afternoon.
Have a nice late lunch, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. We hope you have a great afternoon and a great evening or a great morning wherever you're at.
Thanks for joining us. It's a deal.
It's a deal.